What is up? What is up? It's been a long week. Welcome to the Dope Show. I am your idiot host, Dope. This is Dopetopia, and today we got a special guest in Dopetopia. We've got Bleeker Street. What is up, my man?
Boom. How you doing, brother Dope?
Yeah. Welcome to Dopetopia. Best
Yeah.
place in space and time.
Hey, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. I love your fucking videos. I love your setup, and I love your whole music deal you got going on. All that cool shit's going on. It's wicked as hell, bro.
It's very generic, but we get it done. You know what I'm saying? So
When I was a little kid, I watched a show called Hilarious House of Frightenstein, and it reminds me a lot of like it's just cool. I don't know. I dig it, man. I dig it.
yeah, I grew up on all the Tales from the Dark Side. Tales from the Crypt.
Oh yeah, big time.
All that kind of stuff. Creep Show.
Tales from the Crypt, man. I rewatch that from time to time, and it's amazing to see. Like, there's an episode with Brad Pitt in it, for fuck's sake. It's so weird to see some of these actors that are so big and popular. And you're like, holy shit, look at that. This is where he came from.
I still get on. I was watching Twilight Zone a couple of days ago, just watching the marathon of 50s Twilight Zone. So
that's awesome. I remember that one where, what was it? The one where he wakes up and he's normal looking and all the doctors are weird looking and he's all freaked out. I remember that vividly when I was a kid. Like, it was a pretty strong memory, man.
That's great stuff back today. I loved all that.
Yeah, so. Big time, dude. Big time.
I see He-Man on in the background. I grew up with He-Man, grew up with Transformers and all that stuff too, but I liked He-Man the best.
He-Man was one of my favorites. I obviously love the originals. I also like this version that came out in 2011, I believe. I don't want to talk about the stuff that came out recently. Awesome Trap Jaw.
Trap Jaw was one of my favorites. So
do you not have I might have the armor for him, actually.
This is my original toys. I had all the original toys. Yeah. I don't know what the little loop is on his head.
Well, I still got a comic that I'm sending you. I just haven't sent it to you yet because I'm lazy. Maybe I'll send the armor if I find the armor, maybe I'll send it to you.
What's the weather up there?
It is cold, man. Cold. It is not great. It was really cold today. It's off and on. Sometimes it's warm. Sometimes it's rainy. Sometimes it's snowing. It makes no fucking sense is what the weather's like over here.
26 here today. We had a comic convention today. It's the worst comic convention I've ever been to. So
why so?
Well, it was called like a Off Fest, and they had a Comic Con Saturday in another state, and it was coming through here.
Okay.
So some of them decided to stop for Sunday, and the rest decided to go on to the other location.
Okay.
So it was a mini Comic Con, I guess, but there wasn't but like 5 tables set up with comics, and the rest were all. We had Buff Bagwell, and we had the Mystery Machine. That was our 2 biggest things we had.
Yeah.
Get your picture with Buff Bagwell and the Mystery Machine. So, but there was, nobody signing autographs, and there was no. I think there's 5 tables of comics, and most of it was just pops and cosplay. There's lots of cosplay.
Yeah, it sounds like the St. Catharines Comic Cons. We don't get really good ones over here. I have to go to Toronto if I want to go to a decent Comic Con.
We had probably 5 tables of comics, and 3 of them was local dealers that I already know anyway. So I was like, I get this stuff at your shop. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. Quit paying the overinflated prices at the Comic Con and just go to their shop.
Well, the people were pissed. All the people that had a table, like, I've got to go to other tables and try to get good deals and stuff to figure out how to make money because I ain't gonna make no money today.
It's no joke, man. Renting one of those tables, I've looked into it because obviously I have a small booth and I want to do that kind of stuff. Bam.
She wants to know if he's still buff. He wasn't that buff, but he had a buff woman that was massaging his shoulders while he signed autographs all day. So
yeah.
He still gets the women for some reason.
Yeah, it's expensive, bro. I think it's here. It's $900 a table for the weekend, and I'm sure at bigger cons it's probably $1,200, $1,300, $1,400, $1,500 for a weekend, and you got to sell all that to pay your rent before you even make a profit. So it's not easy. It's not an easy game, that's for sure.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I had to pay $5 to park, then I had to pay 20 to get in, so I was down 25 before I even bought any books.
Yeah, and that doesn't go to any of the vendors. That goes to the fucking money people, man.
Yeah,
That's just them grabbing more money than they've already made a ton of money off each vendor, and then they're
yeah.
just trying to grab money from you guys too. It's fucking
And
gross.
everything in there is overpriced. And what I hate more than anything is the people that don't even have prices on their stuff.
Well, I know, Dope, you make a lot of content. I'm not sure how many followers it takes. I think you're there actually. And I don't know how many hours it takes. I also think you're there, but you can start getting press passes.
Hmm,
So I would look into getting a press pass because you do make content. You can look into that.
that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it
Thank
is
you.
pretty neat. It's definitely a cool thing.
There is sweet Stevie White. Stevie White. He's a he's from Alaska.
Is he? Holy shit! From Alaska?
Yeah, he's got to be in bed at 4 in the morning. So,
Jesus, you got some cool people hanging out on your channel, eh?
oh man,
We got
here's
K-pop,
Fast George. Fast George, welcome to the Dope Show, Fast George.
Fast George, and obviously Miss K-pop. Love you to death.
Yep, K-pop. She's everywhere.
She's
She's
awesome, man. She's
hardest
awesome.
working woman in a community.
Yeah, yeah. She does some cool stuff on her channel. Good art
I see,
show.
I
So,
see her channel. I see her on your stuff. I see her on Biggie's stuff. She's on my stuff. I see her
yeah,
on low grades. I see her everywhere. So, Tylock, she's always on Tylock's and stuff.
Tylex has been doing some neat stuff. He's doing a lot of music stuff lately, which is cool.
Yeah,
I like that he's branching out into stuff that he enjoys. So that's pretty cool.
we are all stars now on the Dope Show. Weird video, but what is going on, God Tank?
We are definitely all stars on the Dope Show. I might just roll busy myself since we're on the Dope Show.
Oh man,
Are you where you're living? How's marijuana down there? Is it legal? Is there a shop on every corner? What's going on in your neck of the woods?
Nashville is still illegal. So
It's still illegal in
yeah,
Nashville, eh?
yeah,
All
yeah,
right. All right.
yeah. Yeah, you can't do it in there. You can't do it here. But I'm seeing these what is these CBD shops pop up everywhere
Yeah.
where you can buy the gummies and all that.
Okay. Well, that's how it starts. That's
And
how
I
it
didn't know if that. I don't even know how that works. But can you pass a drug test?
No, man.
Can you fail a drug test on gummies? How does that even
Yeah,
work?
you sure fucking can. Eating pot is much more intense than smoking it. I'll tell you that. Yeah, eating it's way more intense. So take it easy on them gummies.
Oh man,
They look harmless, but they're not.
what are they? $30 a pack?
Yeah, about that. Some are cheaper, some are more expensive. Really depends on what you're buying. But again, all that stuff is so you don't know like you know what's going in your body, but you don't know how much. I can't. I don't know. It's just I've eaten some where I haven't gotten very much, and then I've eaten like a corner of something where I'm like, holy fuck, I got to go to bed right away. So,
The places
take
around
it
here are
easy.
pretty. Yeah, the ones around here are pretty shady. I don't think you want to buy anything from them. They're
No.
like old car washes. They converted to a
Yeah.
a muffler shop. They've converted into a CBD
No,
whatever it is.
take it easy on those edibles, man. That's the hardcore.
Fast George says the way he sees it, the rules are made to be broken.
Well, Fast George, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. If we didn't break any rules, we wouldn't have to make new ones.
God sakes, in the same boat I'm in. He says it's illegal in Texas, but it's everywhere.
Yeah, that's how it started here too. It was illegal, and then all of a sudden, you could buy it medicinally. So there were medicinal shops. You had to have a card for it for a while, and now you could just—it's literally there's a fucking shop on every corner.
Huh.
It's crazy.
Well, what was the first? What was the first comic book you ever bought? You remember?
The first comic book I personally bought myself.
You remember having? Period.
Yeah, actually, I do remember the first comic. I just talked about it today, to be honest. The first comic book I ever bought for myself, I was camping and I was up near Lake Huron, and it's a beautiful little town. And we went to an awesome fish and chip spot. My brother ran away from bees because he's blind, so he really hates bees because they make loud noises. And then we went shopping in town, and there's a little bookstore that you had to go downstairs into, and I bought the Star Wars These weren't comics. I bought the Star Wars Timothy Zahn books, the After Return of the Jedi books, and I also bought I think it was 4 or 5. It came in a set of those thick Wolverine books, Frank Miller covers, I believe, or at least one of them certainly was, and it was the Wolverine saga, and I believe they were all of the Marvel Presents at the time. I think that was Marvel Presents, and they just stuck it into one sort of book about Wolverine. And that was my
That's
first comic book that I ever personally bought.
that's funny
The
because if I was to pigeonhole you, I would think of Wolverine and Star Wars. That's the two things I would think about for you because that's the
yeah,
two
well,
things I see you collect the most of, probably.
that is definitely the Crow. It became in my later years one of my favorites, but as far as my young years, yeah, it was definitely that, and Spider-Man was huge for me. I like I've been inundated with Spider-Man since I was a little kid. We all have. If you haven't noticed, Spider-Man is fucking everywhere.
Yeah. So is a Wolverine like a big in Canada? Is he considered a Canadian?
Yes, oh yeah, absolutely. We're very prideful about that. Even when they try to fuck around at me and say weird shit like whatever. I'm like, nah, man, that motherfucker's Canadian. He's ours. He's one of us. Don't worry.
Yeah, I know, like you and actual Dracula, they all love Wolverine. So I was like, maybe it's a Canadian thing.
Definitely a Canadian. Well, not to mention he's one of the coolest fucking characters that Marvel has. His attitude, his powers. He's just a cool dude, man.
My favorite Canadian, I'm going to say he's Canadian. I like Wendigo. You ever
Oh,
read any Wendigo stories?
wow.
He's always in the Canadian forest killing people. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm into the horror stuff, and there's a bunch of Wendigo stories. It don't matter if it's Wolverine, Spider-Man, Alpha Flight. You can get into
Yeah,
some Wendigo.
pretty
So
sure I've got Wendigo's first first appearance around here
yep,
somewhere.
I got it. The Hulk book. Yep, I got that.
Yeah,
Yep.
Hulk something or other.
And one of the best stories, if you want to win a Wendigo story, I like it's a 4-part series of a Sabretooth.
Oh, I
It's
love
called The Hunt.
Sabretooth, bro.
Have you seen that?
I love Sabretooth. Sabretooth is I like bad guys a lot more than I like good guys for some reason. I gravitate toward their stories more. And Sabretooth, definitely one of my favorites.
Have you seen that 4-part story?
No, let's please see it. Show me up.
I got it right here. Since we're talking about it, it's called One Seasons. Was called. You got
Oh, see, look at that shit.
and it is in the Canadian forest, and there's all kinds of people getting killed in the Canadian forest, hunters and stuff.
You
And
gotta watch
everybody
the
thinks it's
forest.
Sabretooth.
Yeah, you gotta watch forests, man. They're scary
And
places.
then you find out it's not Sabretooth. It's a big ass Wendigo.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
And then this is my favorite cover. You got the big Wendigo on there.
Oh, that's a great cover.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And Wendigo, it's kind of horror stuff, so I'm into that. So
I love your taste. I like your collection of comic books. You have an awesome collection, man. That's super cool. All your posters behind you, super dope.
yeah, yep.
Rad as fuck, bro.
Well, thank you, man. Thank you. I'll show you one more book I know absolutely nothing about. And you're gonna have to help me with this one.
I am into horror. I
You
don't
know
have
about this book.
I don't have a lot of horror comics, but I do love horror.
Well, this one's not horror, so you're gonna know everything about it, and I don't know anything about it. Yep, I can find it.
Oh,
All right, somebody gave me this book, and I know you're passionate about this stuff. Somebody gave me this.
Oh,
They told me it's my birthday book.
Someone gave you. Oh, okay. That's a Whitman reproduction. It's a beautiful book.
What year is it? You know?
Yeah, it came out the same year as Star. I think
it says reprint on the side right here.
It's a Whitman reprint. It came out the same year as Star Wars, I believe. The same year as the other book. It literally came out in the same time frame as the other one. It just it happens to be the first reprint.
I got thrown off when I saw reprint. I'm like, is this new? Old? Is it my?
It's old. No, in the 70s.
It's July of 77, and that's when I was
it came
born.
out in the 70s, 76, 77. And they again, I think the original came out in like December of 77, something like that. So
yeah, just a little reprint thing there, and I was like, well, Maybe it's a reprint. Maybe it's a July 77. That's what they told me anyway. So
That is fair. That is fair. You're what you're looking for on your Star Wars #1, and I do happen to have one just sort of sitting beside me.
hold on 1 second.
That beautiful bad boy on the bottom right there. Yeah,
Ah,
there's the actual Star Wars #1.
see, I know absolutely nothing about Star Wars, but
You obviously you've seen Star Wars.
I've
No?
seen the original 3, and that
Okay,
was it.
that's good.
But
That's good enough.
that book right there ought to be worth more.
It should. To be honest, I think #2 should be worth a lot more than it is.
I agree.
Number 2 has a lot of the first appearances in it, and it goes overlooked quite often. If you're buying Star Wars comics, buy up a lot of #2s because they seem to like they're just not worth what they should be. It's crazy, to be honest.
John Comics with Kids is in the house.
Ah, nice.
We got Hippie Collectibles in the house.
Boom.
I think we're caught up. But yeah, I love to talk to people that's passionate about anything. You know what I mean? They could collect vacuum cleaners, and if they're passionate about it and they light up, I want to talk to them about it.
Star Wars has just been with me ever since I was little, man. Like, I don't know, it's been like since I was really, really, really little. I've been a huge Star Wars fan. I remember calling him Dark Vader because, Dark Vader. Dark Vader was my favorite, and then Han Solo, and of course Luke Skywalker because I dig heroes, but I dig bad guys more. So
I've always been into the B and C and D list characters,
yeah,
in anything.
Yeah, I dig that. That's cool.
And,
I dig that about you, man. That's
and
cool.
if it was Star Wars, if I watched it, I like them sand dudes.
Oh, okay, all right.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, man. You probably would have enjoyed the Boba Fett series a bit. Then
I like the
they
sand guys.
Sand guys a bit. They got into a lot of that.
I like them, and I like the bounty hunters too. So that'd be the two things I'd probably be into.
Oh my god, fucking Mandalorian's been absolutely awesome. If you're a Star Wars fan, Mandalorian is the savior of the Star Wars universe.
Yeah, the Boba Fett's worth a lot of money. Ain't that like 44 or something?
But Boba Fett, the book, is definitely worth probably the most money in Star Wars as far as 42.
Cool. That's a cool cover.
Yeah, that's probably the biggest book in Star Wars. Again, which is really odd because Boba Fett was supposed to be a throwaway character. He wasn't supposed to be anything really important in Star Wars, and the fans loved him so much. His toy sold so much that they had to do something with him, and then they killed him stupidly in Return of the Jedi. So I don't know.
At first, toy was really rare when it with the rocket arm it came off or whatever.
Yeah, the rockets was supposed to have shot off. There's a lot of rumors saying it's not real or it was real. What? Roughhouse Comics.
Bizarre Brain, what's going on?
Yeah, a lot of rumor on that toy. I think it was one of the toys because I know Star Wars when they came out with the toys, they weren't quite prepared, so you had to order toys. You got the back of a toy, and but there were no toy. You could just order guys at the time, so you had to order for your next kind of thing, and I think that's how Star Wars did it, and I think he was on that. So if you bought this toy, you could get this toy, something like that. So it was
did you ever watch the Toys That Made Us Star Wars?
Yes, yeah, I have.
They had like the cardboard thing that was out for Christmas because they didn't have the actual toys out.
That's exactly it. You got that for Christmas, and then you got your order. It's pretty cool. I don't know. I had all that shit when I was a kid.
Some of them had the shorter sabers that was worth more money than the long saber.
It's weird, right? Yeah, there's definitely error ones. Things are toys like that are weird. I don't know. I have a Millennium Falcon over on my shelf somewhere. Somewhere over there. It's just behind that other Star Wars stuff.
Yeah, I'm a big mask guy, and I see that Stormtrooper helmet you got back there too.
Yeah, dude, I love the helmets. I've got the Stormtrooper helmets, and I've got the Boba Fett helmet, and I also have the helmet for the X-Wing pilot helmet as well. I dig the helmets. I think they're cool.
Looks like Fast George likes the Jawas.
Jawas, man. I'm pretty interested. I like Jawas are an interesting species in Star Wars. They're super creepy. I'd like to see more about the Jawas in the Mandalorian. They do a good job at showing a bit of the Jawa lifestyle. It's pretty neat. They did a little bit of that in the Boba Fett series as well. So
So if they had a
pretty cool.
Disney, you'd want to go Jawa series.
I
Or would
wouldn't
you go
mind that. I wouldn't
Ewok?
mind. I wouldn't mind not a Jawa series. I think that'd be really hard to watch. Just
What about Ewok?
I fucking hate the fucking Ewoks.
I,
Fuck's sake. Goddamn
I think kids
goddamn
will love Ewoks.
goddamn puppets cannot beat up the fucking Empire for motherfucking sakes. Goddamn stuffed animals, stuffed teddy bears walking around kicking the shit out of the fucking Empire that has lasers, fucking sticks and stones and shit. Fucking ridiculous. God damn it, George, why did you do that?
What about a Yoda Swamp series?
I could do that. Yeah, I could do Yoda. I could do Yoda. I'm a little pissed off at Baby Grogu though. He's 50 years old, can barely speak a word, but knows how to use the Force really well. Like I don't know how this species works. Get your writing down, Disney. Get your shit together.
Maybe a TIE Fighter series, or maybe a
TIE Fighter series would be awesome. A Bad Batch, like a real live Bad Batch, would be cool. The Ahsoka show that's coming out is going to be fucking awesome. I think that what's his name, John Favreau is going to drop Mandalorian because Kathleen Kennedy's being a wonderful person as usual, and he doesn't want to have anything to do with her, so he just wants to do his own thing. So I think he's going to do Ahsoka solely, and I think that's going to be absolutely the bomb show. It's going to be awesome. Rose Desario Dawson or whatever her name is. She's fucking fantastic. She looked great as the character, so that should be cool for Star Wars fans like myself.
So what is Chewbacca?
Chewbacca, he's a Wookiee, buddy.
What about a Wookiee series?
Yeah, Wookiees have been written weirdly. Did you watch the Wookiee Christmas special? Terrible.
I haven't seen nothing but the first three.
Fucking terrible, bro. It's terrible.
So no Wookiee series.
Wookiee series, I think, would be a bad idea. I just don't think it would work. Like
I
I'm
think
not.
maybe Jabba the Hutt's world, just his whole world.
His whole world would work very well, but
I love the
they're
that.
trying
I
to do
love the
that.
cantina scene.
Yeah, they're trying to do that with the Boba Fett show, but they've sort of made Boba Fett a bit of a pussy now. I don't know how else to say it. Like they just made him into we want Godfather in space, and what we got was My Little Pony in space. Like he was shitty as opposed to what he was supposed to be. All their eggs are in Mandalorian right now. Their eggs are all in that basket. I'm pretty sure because that's the Forerunner show.
Yeah.
Dr. Afra. Yeah, I have Dr. Afra's first appearance around here somewhere. Trev, in my Star Wars box. I'm sure I can pull it out.
Dr. Afra is kind of like Indiana Jones, right?
Well,
Don't you go on treasure adventures or something?
no. Where is Dr. Afra? There she is. Pull out the first Dr. Afra. Dr. Afra's not one of my favorites. It's not something, it's a new Star Wars. I'm not really into new Marvel Star Wars that much. But I did pick up this book because I love Darth Vader.
What about a droid series?
Droid series? I don't know. I guess that might be interesting if you did it properly. I think you need human interaction. Droids are pretty boring by themselves.
Just a bunch of
Yeah, and a bunch of C-3POs. Fucking translating. I'm not sure that would
you just
work
put
out.
across the bottom in words what they're saying.
Yeah, I'm not sure I could do it, man. I'm not sure I could do it. I know Rogue One. If you're gonna watch a Star Wars movie after the trilogy, the first trilogy, Rogue One is a very, 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 very good movie. Awesome Star Wars movie. It's fucking fantastic.
Check it out.
Afra definitely has 2 droids. She is yeah.
I might check it out.
Yeah, it's very good, man. It's very good. It's one of my favorite Star Wars movies, and I Like I go Empire Strikes Back, Star Wars, and then Rogue One. Return of the Jedi is not even in there for me because of the goddamn fucking puppets. Fucking ridiculous.
That's what my wife likes.
Yeah, yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Girls like the
I'll
evil.
watch it with girls. That's fine. At least I'm watching Star Wars. I'm fine with that. But inside, it makes me upset.
I'm thinking a stormtrooper comedy. What about that?
Stormtrooper comedy is great. There's a lot of it on YouTube right now. It's sort of they're done in shorts and they're fucking fantastic.
Kind of like
I mean,
Spaceballs. You a fan of Spaceballs?
love Spaceballs. I love Robot Chicken. All the Star Wars stuff from Robot Chicken was really good. Um, I'm a kind of fan that you can fuck with my fandom and I don't care that much as long as you're respectful of it. But like, god damn it, man, some of this shit's hilarious, very funny. Definitely Robot Chicken style comedy. Uh, there's some great shorts on YouTube about stormtrooper comedy, and it's funny as fuck.
Just don't fuck with your He-Man, right?
Yeah, fuck Kevin Smith. Fuck you.
I had to get one of them in the show.
That's fair. That's fair. You know, it's a trigger for me. I'll say it every time. God damn it.
You need that shirt under your merchandise thing. You need the fuck Kevin Smith shirt.
You know what? You might be onto something. That's a great idea. That's a great idea. I will inundate the world with fuck Kevin Smith shirts.
You know how they say like I don't even know what the word is, but they say like a phrase is something you don't try to make a phrase. It just happens.
It's true.
Well, that's what you say every show. You got to have at least one fuck Kevin Smith in there.
I think you're right. I think you might be onto something. That's probably true.
That's your Bleeker shirt.
Yeah, man. I do have actually Bleeker Street comic shirts, which is pretty cool.
So I collect sci-fi covers, but I don't collect no kind of Star Wars. But look at that one.
I love sci-fi covers. I like space covers. I like what is it? Vanguard with oh my god, that's a great cover, dude.
Yeah, that's Katy Perry is who it looks like there.
It does look like Katy Perry. She's missing her purple tits, but it looks just like her.
California girls. You know what's up? Oh man.
I was looking through my Star Wars box today and I was very surprised that this motherfucker snuck in there. I was like, how the hell did you sneak into my Star Wars box?
Number one spot.
Star Trek is fucking sneaking around my house, jumping into my Star Wars box, bud.
Somebody needs to save that. Somebody needs to save Star Trek.
It's true. I like the movies. I didn't like the last one that came out, but I really enjoyed the first two movies. I know some people didn't. They didn't quite get the same, especially people that saw them in theaters and people that were really loved the show when they were young. But I really enjoyed was it J.J. Abrams that did them? I thought they were good.
If it was some, even some James Gunn comedy or maybe a Netflix special or maybe just take one of the guys, do a Spock series or something, but they need something to make it popular again.
It's certainly in TV. I don't know. I haven't seen a good TV series since Deep Space Nine, maybe for Star Trek. I think that was maybe the last decent one.
They would never do it, but if they do a Star Trek with tits and comedy, kind of like a Reno 911.
Wow, they do that. I think the guy from whatchamacallit does a show like that, doesn't he? The guy that writes Family Guy, he does a show like that. It's like literally it's Star Trek but comedy, and it's him in it. It's funny as fuck. I haven't watched too much of it, but he does a show like that, and it's true. It is pretty funny, to be honest.
Or maybe a crossover. Now that Marvel has Predator, we could do a Star Trek Predator.
Oh goddamn! Marvel has everything. So Disney owns everything. You don't say shit like that. We're gonna have I don't know, Thor versus Care Bears any minute. It's gonna
Star
be
Trek
terrible.
landing on a planet. They broke down. All of a sudden, the Predator comes after them.
I could see that'd be cool. Actually, I fucking dig that. I'll take that. I like Predator a lot.
They hit the button in their starship, calling for help. There's a meteor shower. Nobody can get to them.
I'm going to the movie to see Predator fuck people up, so that's what I'm going for.
I've seen every Predator. I love Predator.
Fuck that Star Trek crew up.
Yeah, one at a time, just hunting every one of them.
Yeah, man, that'd be great.
My 12 of them run off the ship. Spock's the last one to get it.
What'd you think of the last Predator that came out? Besides the obvious stuff,
Yeah, the Prey on Netflix.
Yeah.
I loved it. I thought
I
it was
also
better
loved
than
it.
the last couple ones that came out in the theater.
I
Yeah.
also loved it. Yeah, I thought it was really good. Obviously, some of the stuff is a little unbelievable. The axe throwing thing, like, let's be
Well,
honest, we've all tried it. It doesn't fucking work.
if you get real dorky though, they studied all the predators, and there's like 7 or 8 different species of predators, and
Very
this was the
cool.
smallest version. This
Yeah.
is the primitive one, you
Oh,
know. So if you're
never
gonna be able to
mind.
do that, it'd be that one.
There's people that are mad that a girl, oh, that little girl couldn't beat the. I'm like, dude, you're the same person that's like, fucking Sarah Connor, you're the best. Way to
Yeah,
take out a Terminator. She was
yeah.
a waitress, bro. Come on, like,
Or the
you
girl on Aliens,
yeah,
you
you
know.
got to suspend belief at some point in fucking time.
Yeah,
You're just mad because of the new way movies are going. I thought that movie was done really well, and I don't think, even though there's an agenda in places, I think it was done fucking beautifully. I think it was a perfect movie for what it was.
I love that one. I love Predators, where they land on the island or
Yeah,
on the planet.
yeah, I enjoyed Predators. A
Yeah,
lot of people were on the fence on that one. I
I
enjoyed
love
that
that
one.
one. And of
That's
course,
the guy with the big nose, right?
yeah, the guy from the '70s show was on there.
Hmm. Oh fuck.
They land on their planet. And they got the
Yeah,
dogs in cages and all that.
that's right. That's right.
And then I love the original one from 1987.
Yeah, who does? That's the best.
Two sucked with where he was in L.A.
I have a place in my heart for number two. I watched it when I was really young, and I watched it on late great movies on City TV. And it was real quiet, so my parents couldn't hear it. So got a little love for the number two.
Well, if you remember in two, is where they had that pistol off of the Prey movie.
Yes, yes.
You know, so it had ties, little Easter eggs in there.
I like the Easter eggs that they did in Prey. I thought it was pretty cool. Some were a little too like you sort of saw it coming, but I really enjoyed the movie. I enjoyed the movie a lot. They did a great job there.
And I seen pictures from the new Predator movie. And one picture from the background, you could see, like, like in Karate Kid, the paper walls.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's going to be Predator against ninjas.
I fucking hope it's Predator against like I don't know samurais or something.
It's going to be ninjas or samurais.
I really hope so, dude. And I also hope they do like a Predator versus pirates. Like I hope they show them going through time, like almost like a history kind of thing. I hope they do that.
There's a picture of a paper wall, so it's either going to be samurais or ninjas one. So
I really hope so, man. I think that'd be so cool.
Because ninjas are also invisible. They're also great with blades. So
I think it's the best way to go about it. I think it's if you're gonna do Predator, I think watching them throughout history come to Earth a few times and do the Predator thing. I think it's a fucking brilliant. I think it's brilliant.
Yeah,
it's really good, man. That's one series that I can say thank you for. I watched the new Hellraiser. I didn't hate it, but again, I didn't love it. It was a little cheese ball, and whatever.
And I watched the Netflix, the last Texas Chainsaw Massacre wasn't bad. I don't know if you saw it.
I don't know if I did see the last Texas. I'm gonna have to actually. I like.
Yeah, I just went to the theater last weekend and watched a 65. You seen the previews for that?
No, I don't have TV. I watch everything. I stream everything.
Spaceship lands on a planet. Turns out to be Earth 65 million years ago.
Okay.
And this guy's walking around. He finds out he can breathe the air. Okay. He's waiting for another ship to come get him. And it's basically a cross between 3 movies. It's Jurassic Park, because there's dinosaurs all in it. Predator, because he's getting hunted by dinosaurs. And then it's got a little bit of Castaway, because he's there by himself talking to a girl that don't talk English. So he's basically just talking to a mute.
Okay. All right. I can think that. That sounds good.
So the whole movie's just running from dinosaurs, but it's great. It's like Predator.
That sounds cool, actually.
Yeah.
I don't hate that at all, man. That sounds pretty dope.
Really good stuff. And speaking, here's another space book.
I have that cover, and that's fucking amazing. I love that cover. One of my favorites. One of my favorites, man.
Here's an alien book.
Oh, aliens. You can't show space books without showing a little Battlestar Galactica.
Oh yeah.
Battlestar
Exodus.
Found that guy in my Star Wars box too. I have a couple. I have I got Battlestar Galactica, the Whitman 1, 2, and 3, but they're still in the old Whitman pack that they used to sell them in. So I thought that was really cool.
You do the Star Wars Lego stuff too?
I don't, man. Like you got to pick your battles, eh? Yeah. Fuck, I'd be broke. I don't make that much money, bro. So like I'd be broke.
Yeah, I see the line at the malls. I'm like, damn, just to get into the Lego store.
Well, and this is the thing with stuff like that. Lego, the reason Legos start with any Lego is really expensive. One piece is missing, and you're fucked. If you have, those old Lego sets and everything's there, it's a very desirable thing. I can't believe how much the night. I don't know if you played with Legos, but the night castles that I used to play with when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Uh, anyone that's 40 and up probably remembers playing with these castles, and those things. The swords, just the fucking swords, are worth a fucking fortune, man. It's ridiculous.
Well, I told you I was so old. I played with Lincoln Logs. Remember?
Yeah, that's right too. Lincoln Logs. You sent me a picture of it too. I'm like, holy shit.
You don't
You're
remember
old.
Lincoln Logs?
You old. You old.
Now I was thinking about Legos, and they need to cast me to do Legos because I think we need a Castle Grayskull Lego.
Oh fuck yeah, buddy.
I think we need a Snake Mountain Lego.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to get into some creepy things. What about a David Crush compound in Waco, Texas? What about Jeffrey Dahmer Milwaukee apartment complex?
Oh, I like it. I like it.
You know,
Can we do the Unabomber shed with a
we can
little
do
bit
the
of
Unabomber
forest?
shed.
Like
I think we do the Sharon Tate Marilyn Manson house.
Oh, that's a good one. That'll sell big time.
So, I've got a lot of ideas that Lego needs to run with.
You're not wrong. I think fucking you should write a heavily handed letter right away and fucking explain your situation to Lego. Be like, listen,
What about a Guantanamo Bay? That's a big one. That's going to cost a lot of money.
that's yeah, like I think it's a good idea. I think we could run with the serial killer line, do a Ted Bundy line, just go with it. Go with it. I think
you've got a lot of ideas. This would work.
The
Alcatraz. Honestly, what about that?
Honestly, I think it sounds amazing. I'm not gonna lie, I would buy all of that shit. So Lego, do yourself a favor and listen to this, man.
Get your the adult series. We got some good ideas here.
Yeah, man, very good ideas.
The Waco could come on fire. You could have like the flamed Lego coming off of it and stuff.
Man. I think that's a great idea. I'm not. That's just me though. Hey, what do I know? Most places that make money like that, they don't like new ideas. They don't want to upset the masses. They just sort of want to go with the flow. So it's too bad. It's too bad. That's why we don't get very good movies either. We get a lot of shitty movies.
They don't want to make anybody mad.
Nobody wants to make a good most of the movies that we love were made by accident or because somebody really pushed for it or because somebody was owed a favor. And it's not usually because one of the money guys goes, yeah, that sounds like a great idea. You should make that movie. They don't want that shit. They want that tried true fucking bullshit, man. So it's hard to get movies like, I don't know, Natural Born Killers made. Try getting that fucking made these days.
Yeah, because they figure for the same amount of money they could show a family movie and make more money in the theater. But
of course,
I miss a lot of that stuff. Natural Born Killers is one of my favorite movies of all time.
Yeah, same, bro. Same. It's definitely up there. It's Natural Born Killers, The Crow. I'll
tell you another movie I like a lot, but I don't tell a lot of people because a lot of people freak out. But I like American History X.
That's a great movie. I was going to use in my to slab or not to slab. I was going to use the scene where he fucking macks the guy's mouth, and then I was like, it's probably bad taste, It shows the swastika. Yeah, it shows the swastika and everything. I'm like, you know what? People are gonna think I'm a fucking Nazi. I just love the movie. I'm not, I think it's a great fucking movie.
It's got a great, if you watch it all, it's got a great ending.
Absolutely.
A lot of people get halfway through it and say, I ain't watching more of this shit. They cut it off and they don't get to see the whole transformation,
What was the name of that dude? Eddie Furlong, I believe, right?
Eddie Furlong and Edward Norton.
Have you seen the picture of Eddie Furlong with the hedgehog?
No.
They're at a party. It looks like they're drinking out of Solo cups. And it's Ron Jeremy and fucking Eddie Furlong. They're both like just fucking wicked overweight. They got sweat in their fucking fat chins. Like it just looks like they're at a prom and they're old. And I'm just like, oh, how the mighty have fallen. How the mighty have fallen.
He was doing everything. Lady Fantastic's on here. She's a fellow Nashvillean.
John Wayne Gacy Legos. I like it. I mean, that's not funny, Lady Fantastic. Come on, that's disgusting.
If you could do the Legos right, you could do the pogo painting. You know what I'm talking about?
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, yeah, you could do it. You could do the painting.
Have the circles with the balloons, and
You could have them change heads from regular head to clown head. Like it's really, there's a lot of things you could do here.
Lego is missing out. I'm telling you.
Lego is missing out.
Oh man. Oh, Jacob loves American History X. That's a great movie.
I think we all do. I think we just don't like I didn't want to use that scene again in one of my videos because I didn't want, obviously, fuck, I've got friends. I'm fucking native for fuck's sake. I've got friends that are not white, so I don't want to fucking offend anybody.
Yeah, I don't really like telling people I like it, but it's a good movie.
It's a great movie, dude. Great movie.
Love Lost Boys back in the day.
Lost Boys was fucking cool. Lost Boys.
I wanted to be a Lost Boy. I wanted the dangly earring, the mullet, the cool girlfriend. I want to live in a cave, stay on the beach all day long, hang out at the carnival like they did.
I get it. It sounds like a glorious lifestyle.
Yeah. I don't know what Star saw in the Lost Boys, because she's just a hot girl hanging out with these dudes in a cave, but they didn't have nothing going for them. They're eating Chinese food in the cave, but
it's a cool dog. You get to have cool dogs when you're Lost Boy. It's like,
yeah, Nanook, and there was one dog named Nanook. That was the husky.
Yeah, beautiful.
You had that white dog. He was a hellhound. He was what was his name? His name was I can't remember what his name was. I did know it. I've watched that movie about 1 billion times.
What we got here? We got the Treasury edition of Star Wars 1.
See, I love treasure editions, but they're hard to figure out how to store. You know what I mean?
Yeah, thankfully I got this in a nice big Mylar.
Yeah, that's cool.
But the best part about Treasury editions are the back covers.
Yeah.
That back cover is fucking money, man.
Yeah, I like that.
Cool as heck. Front cover is all right. It's cool, but that's a great cover.
Yeah. And then Star Wars covers, like the one that you see, like the international covers, they're always crazy looking, and I love them. They're so kooky,
Yeah, man, I dig the old Star Wars covers. I like the era that I mostly get into is probably mid 70s and 80s, maybe some early 90s stuff. So there's another Treasury edition. I don't have a Mylar for this one.
Chewbacca looks evil there.
Yeah, he doesn't look like his happy Chewbacca self.
Yeah. Cool looking there.
I'd make the Chewbacca noise, but I'm not so great at it. And again, back cover gloriousness.
And Darth Maul looks like he looks scary. He looks like he's a really cool looking villain.
Yeah, man. Vader and Maul. Maul is cool. Vader, I don't know. He's like got to be top 3, top 5 villains, like in the history of villains, I think.
Yeah.
He's got to be, right?
Yeah, every time I think about him, I always hear the burr, 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 the walkout.
He's got the best music. He definitely has the best villain music. Like he's pretty awesome.
Yep, cool stuff. And got another one laying here. Here's some spaceships.
Limits, baby.
We got some more silver circles. We've been shooting them down over Canada lately. So.
Yeah. I don't know what's going on with any of that stuff. I plead the fifth.
Nobody's talking about it either. The military was there to catch that thing. As soon as it hit the ground, they were on it.
Jesus Christ, it's ridiculous. I don't understand. So we went through the whole stay at home because everybody's getting sick thing, and then like on the news around that time in 2021, like a bunch of news channels were like, "Yep, aliens are real. We're being visited by," like on all the news broadcasts, and it hit the world with a collective. Nobody gave a fucking shit. Nobody was all like, "Oh my god, aliens!"
Yeah.
Nobody gave 2 fucks. We're all like, "Yeah, we already knew that, bro. Fuck, whatever." It's ridiculous. Nobody cared at all. I couldn't believe it. Lost in Space. Have you watched the new one on? It's probably, I don't know. It's not Netflix. It's HBO maybe.
But I don't think that toothpaste or whatever she's doing is going to hurt him any. But
you probably won't like it as much because it's not as quirky and weird. It's a little more serious, but it's pretty good. I'm waiting for another season of that to come out. Very cool.
Oh man, there's an old Space Adventures.
Very nice.
Got some more Star Wars. What you got?
Oh, I always got more Star Wars. I bought this slabbed already, just because it's a really high grade Star Wars book, and I didn't
Yeah,
have it in my collection, and it was the right price at the right time.
that's cool.
Bought that guy slabbed, and get number 3 slabbed because again, it's more of an important book. So 9.4, nice high grade. Now, people always ask me for Star Wars stuff at my shop because I have a lot of Star Wars Black Series toys there, but sadly, you will never find Star Wars books there unless I unless I have doubles of them, man. That's not how that works. I take all the Star Wars. That's just the way it is.
So after Marvel, where'd they go to? Dark Horse?
Dark Horse is the best Star Wars.
That's what I was about to say. That stuff seems to be a little bit, like they didn't make a lot of variant covers or
No,
much. You know what I mean? That seems to be the good stuff if you think about it, because that's where all the stories are coming from now.
most of that stuff you find is beat the fuck up too, and but they're great stories. And Disney basically said none of that was canon. They're just using Marvel comics. They're just using 1 to 6 movie. They're not even using other stuff as canon in Star Wars. But what they've begun to do, which is why these books are taken off in price, they've begun to like just sort of cherry pick from these Dark Horse books. Like Cad Bane was a great character, and he was in the Dark Horse series, and they used him in Boba Fett. And so they're starting to cherry pick out of these books, and Star Wars books are really really hot. So yeah,
What
a
about
lot of that Dark Horse stuff is good shit.
what about a Star Wars Mortal Kombat style game?
Star Wars Mortal Kombat style. I'm sorry, man. Darth Vader would win that shit every time. He just lift them up
Who'd,
and
who'd be
crush
your
them.
eight? Who'd be your 8 fighters?
My 8 fighters in Star Wars versus Mortal Kombat.
No, against just all Star Wars, but it'd be like a Mortal Kombat style game.
Oh, my 8 fighters.
You got to
Who
have a
would they be?
Luke.
Yeah, you gotta have a Luke. I guess I gotta pick Darth Vader because he's my favorite.
You do Obi-Wan.
He's a little old,
Well,
and
you
I
got to
don't
have a
really.
cool
Uh,
old guy. What about the old Emperor?
Emperor, I'd pick Emperor. Yeah, I definitely use the Emperor
He kind
because
of reminds me of Raiden.
he's got cool powers. Yeah, and he can be old and still have cool powers, so he's all right.
You got
And
to have a girl. Do you do?
then you gotta have Obi-Wan in there because you gotta have another old guy to be against another old guy. When two guys want to play together, you're like, I'll pick this old guy. Okay, I'll pick this old
Your
guy.
Scorpion and your Scorpion and your Sub-Zero tile.
Oh, okay.
I
So
mean,
I
they're
guess
just alike basically. That's what
yeah, I guess Leia would be
your
what
girl, your
red?
Chung Li, start like Street Fighter.
Yeah, I yeah. Street Fighter was a great game.
You
Actually,
do a
it's probably my
Chewbacca.
favorite. Oh yeah, well he's Chewbacca is the green guy, right? That fucking rolls around
Yeah,
has
yeah.
the lightning.
Or ain't there another Chewbacca? What's the other big guy? The black
Oh,
Wookie.
Black Chrysanthemum.
Yeah, you could do him, couldn't you?
He's awesome, actually. They did a great job with him. I was really happy to see him on the big screen.
You do a
Uh,
Darth Maul.
I would do Darth Maul. Darth Maul's a cool ass bad guy. They didn't use him properly in the movies. I wish they would do a Darth Maul.
You got to have a Boba.
You gotta have, you gotta have an IG-88. Then, if you're doing Boba Fett, you have to have IG-88 because they've made IG-88 really, really super duper cool. So you gotta have that robot one as well.
And I think you need a couple of C or D list, like mutant style, bigger, longer leg,
Yeah, well,
something.
I think Bosk would be a good one in there as well. Bosk would be a good one. Just maybe you should just put all of the bounty hunters in, at least the 4 that we saw on or the 3 on the cover. Put those
Yeah.
guys in. That's a good little crew of extras.
And you don't do a Yoda, do you?
He would be an unlockable character. Yoda's
He'd
an
have to have some
unlockable.
superpower. He's got no reach at all.
Yeah. Well, he'd be super fast, right? He'd be like bouncing around like a fucking ball everywhere.
Maybe he can do some long reach with his cane.
Hey man, he used his lightsaber in the I don't know 6, 7, and 8 or whatever the fuck 7, 8, and 9.
I don't think Han Solo would be able to do much either.
Han Solo is one of my favorite characters of all time. Not just Star Wars characters. He's one of my favorite characters of all time that's been in movies. I love
What's
him.
the dude's name?
Harrison Ford.
When you think about Harrison Ford, do you think of Han Solo or do you think Indiana Jones?
I think Han Solo, but directly after, I think Indiana Jones. It's a very close. That's very close to call. You need a photo finish for that one.
He can make a great living just doing comic cons.
And he won't because he fucking goddamn hates being Han Solo. That's fucking what a piece of shit. I'm like, God damn it, Harrison. I
heard
you.
He charges a fortune for his autograph too.
He does charge a fortune for his autograph, and like he's done some mean shit to Star Wars fans. Like he's not good to Star Wars people.
How could you hate what made you big?
You would think, right? He'd probably appreciate it more if you came in one of those cars from American Graffiti. That's pretty probably appreciate that more.
Spaceman.
There's a star man. Speaking of Darth Maul, oh, Spaceman's cool.
I think Darth Maul would take out Spaceman.
I think Darth Maul might win. I feel like he would.
Spaceman ain't got much of chance, I don't think.
Well, Darth Maul's pretty good. You can cut him in half and he can still live, apparently. So, Darth Maul's pretty awesome.
Cool stuff. Cool stuff.
Yeah, man. So, what'd you get up to today, Mr. Dope? Anything cool?
Well, I got up and watched your show. Nice. On my way to the Comic-Con.
Oh, nice.
Went to the Krabby Comic-Con. Saw Buff Bagwell and the Mystery Machine.
Yeah, I've seen that Mystery Machine a fucking lot.
And saw all kinds of Ghostbuster cosplayers.
Okay. Ghostbusters, eh?
Ghostbusters is big, man.
Why is that all big all of a sudden? What's happened?
I don't know, but everybody there had their own little pack made, and they got the coveralls and all kinds of Ghostbuster people. I'm not a Ghostbuster fan.
I love Ghostbusters, but
do you like the two spinoffs they just had, like the girl Ghostbusters and the kid Ghostbusters?
I did not like the girl Ghostbusters. I liked Thor in it. He was hilarious. I did watch it. I did try to give it an actual go. I just thought it was a poorly written, terrible movie with awful people that didn't combine acting skills. Like, it's just, let's throw all these chicks together and fucking make a Ghostbusters movie. Okay.
I kind of felt like you did about He-Man. I kind of felt like they were trying to just I don't know. There's no girl Ghostbusters, so we got to have a girl Ghostbuster.
They want to rape and pillage everything, man. They just want to destroy everything. And then and it's not okay if you want to I don't know, swap genders or whatever the fuck you want to do with your movies. You don't have to destroy the original to do that. You don't have to like, these guys were all shitty. Look at how great I am. I'm so good at everything. Like, you don't have to do that. You can, I don't know. We all get along, man. Can't we all just get along?
And it's not a racist thing, but I just don't like them messing with everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
I get that.
I would be pissed if they made a white Blade.
Yeah, that would be ridiculous.
You know what I mean?
Blade sounds like a white.
Yeah, and like the new Ninja Turtle movies, they've got African American April O'Neil.
Oh, okay, all right.
So I thought that was crazy. I mean, just don't change anything. I don't like mess with anybody. If you want a gay superhero, just make a gay superhero. Don't turn Superman gay or Robin or whoever.
Yeah. No, that's fair. It's not Superman that's gay though. It's his son.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
He's a Superman. That guy. He's hey, takes a Superman to take a dick, bud. It takes a Superman to take a dick. That's just the way it is.
They're just changing too much to my past. You know what I mean?
I get that, bro. I get that. Yeah,
like your He-Man. It's like.
Yeah, I fucked with He-Man. I don't understand that he killed him off 3 times in one fucking goddamn series, you fucking piece of shit.
What didn't want about He-Man. They shouldn't even called it He-Man.
No, they should have just called it Eternia.
Series.
Eternia or Masters of the Universe or the Tila and show. Tila and Friends. Whatever the fuck.
Tila and Friends.
They probably, destroy another one of my childhood shows. Name it Tila and Friends. Fuck's sake. Oh man. But, yeah, they just do that with all my childhood shows. So I've sort of, you can only hope. And I don't know though. Maybe I'm not looking at it with child like eyes anymore. Maybe it's because I'm too much of an adult. Who knows?
Yeah, but you know, if Blade came out and it's Vin Diesel, I'd be mad. Yeah,
Yeah, well, that would be dumb. Blade
yeah,
is
be real dumb. I'm
fucking
like,
Blade
why
is
is Blade white? That's stupid.
that is the most. Yeah, it's dumb. Why you Power Man and fucking
If Luke Cage was
Luke Cage? Yeah, that would be
Brock Lesnar playing
ridiculous.
him, I'd be like, that's not Luke Cage.
No, that Brock Lesnar, even though he can't act, if he could act and he sounded better, I could see him playing He-Man. Like, yeah, look, that's He-Man. Look, there he is.
Yeah.
Fucking a huge fucking white dude. There he
What
is.
did you think of Dolph Lundgren as He-Man?
I didn't mind him as He-Man, dude. I like Dolph Lundgren. I like Skeletor in that movie.
What about that
Um,
little brown short midget dude?
no, you see, that's where they lose it for me after the two main characters because they brought it to Earth, right? And Earth, like if it was in Eternia and they had all the original, like all the normal bad guys that I played with, like all the fucking toys, they didn't even have any of my like. There was none. It was ridiculous.
They
So
couldn't
you're a
make an
He-Man
Orko. They had
fan.
to leave that guy as Orko.
You're a He-Man fan as a kid, and you're like, where's all the fucking dudes? There's none
Yeah.
of my dudes are in there, man. What's going on?
Yeah, you keep waiting
Fucking
for a Round Man or Trap Jaw or somebody to show up. Nobody
yeah.
does.
Someone cool to show up? Nope, not happening, bro. We got this little guy that plays a fucking flute. That's not Orko. I'm not even sure what the fuck that was.
We're on a budget, man.
That's true. But I did love Skeletor. I thought Skeletor in that was really cool. I liked his gold outfit in that, and I liked He-Man in that. I thought he did all right at He-Man. He was all right.
Well, God Tank said, speaking of Vin Diesel, he liked him as Riddick.
Oh, Riddick. I love Riddick, man. I was just talking about that with some other people today.
I like the first Fast and the Furious, and then it got a little crazy.
Well, you're jumping out of fucking spaceships now. Like it's like
He
come
was
on,
jumping
bro.
out buildings before in a car and going through another building.
Well, yeah, it was ramps, and then it was bridges, and then it was
Through an opening on a
buildings.
train. Yeah, just
Trains, and then like they just got to like
they keep
Jesus.
upping themselves.
Yeah, man.
Well, they
fucking
started out
ridiculous.
as street racers. The next thing you know, they're going against like the Mexican mafia or something.
Yeah, and they are world class hijacking. They know
Yeah.
all about computers and like where the fuck they're the FBI. They're friends with the FBI. Like I don't even know what the fuck's going on anymore in the Fast and the Furious. What
Yeah.
the fuck happened?
It got a
fucking
little crazy,
ridiculous.
got a little unbelievable.
Street racing, talking about stealing parts and trying to get your car fixed up, and like
Running from the law. Yeah.
maybe someone going to jail, like maybe sort of a drama.
Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck happened to fucking that shit, man, but it's fucking weird now.
Yeah.
I can't get it, bro. I can't get it. I don't understand. I just
And, Vin Diesel was in what is the he was in Triple X. That was all right.
the first one was okay. Didn't he finally did he do a new one, I think?
I thought Ice Cube was in the second one.
He was in the Ice Cube was in the second one, yeah.
And then what's the movie? What's the Image? What Image or some other comic book character he would play?
Oh, he did Bloodshot or Blood.
Yeah, Bloodshot.
Yeah,
And he did a Pitch Black.
which was Pitch Black was great. Bloodshot was fucking terrible. I just don't understand a superhero that doesn't try to avoid anything. Like he didn't even. I'm like, okay, I guess. Well, if that's the gig, this movie should be over in 2 seconds. Like you just go and do what you got to do. Then if you don't care about getting shot, like he's just walking through shit. It looked cool, but fuck's sake, it's a terrible movie. And that could have been good, man. That would have been good for those that comic line.
Yeah.
Yeah,
because they were hot for a minute, and that was it.
Yeah, they were for a sec there.
Well, Bleeker, we are under 58 minutes. My show, I keep within an hour.
I love it.
It flew by because we always got so much to talk about.
It actually did fly by. It felt like we've only been on for 20 minutes, man. So
felt like we were talking comics at the comic book store.
Yeah, buddy. But
I
love talking to you, bro. It's
been nice having you on, and I will see you again beneath the blackened sky.
Boom, baby.